Right, let's have a look at a recent purchase. This is in a box which says it's a Jouef junior line. Jouef is part of the Hornby International Group, and this says it's a locomotive tendeur à vapeur 030. Anyway, this I believe is imported by Ontrax, and I bought it at a show recently from Hoyles Model Railways. Oh, I think it's from them. I bought several things there in Chorley, and I paid £42 for it. It was in the show at £42. It has a price on there of £49.99. Now, so it's a toy, Jouef toy. However, the way things are badged can be deceptive. It is exactly the same moulding as the recently released Hornby Electrotren industrial loco. That's been released with an NCB livery, but this is one of 2 or 3 liveries. I think there are 3 liveries available, and there are articles on one of the reviews in the modelling press. It's got these presumably Jouef type couplings which aren't compatible with mine. Anyway, the reviews in the press do acknowledge that this is quite nice. It's got a little motor in there, completely clear cab area, and the modifications I'm going to do to this are those recommended, which include filling in the middle window in the back to make it look a little bit more British, taking off the whistle from there, and taking off the boiler mounted sand box. So it means cutting that away, and I think if I take the whistle off there, I need to change this little bit in front of here, and that should make it look a little bit more like the British outline small industrial shunting loco. And for £42 I've got the NCB version of these, which I got from Hatton's. They run very nicely, and so they may be classed in terms of the packaging as a toy. You're not going to see it in this little clip running, but you will see a clip after I've done some modifications to this, and then I'll run it in. But I bought the second one because I thought it was such a pleasing loco when I got the NCB liveried one. There is going to be on the same chassis a saddle tank loco. Obviously the continental version of that is already available, but it's going to be brought in by Ontrax again with some UK type livery. So if you go to the Ontrax website, you'll see what you're going to be getting there. Anyway, this one is obviously not the one designed for the UK market, but is available if you look around for it. And I think it's still Ontrax that are bringing this one in. So I'm quite pleased with this little purchase. And incidentally, apparently, it doesn't say it, but I was told by the seller it's DCC ready. That I will investigate, and I'll see if it is possible to put a DCC chip easily into it. A close-up of the piston rod and the quite nicely modelled slide bars, which you don't get on the Hornby Pug, which is the nearest equivalent from a UK manufacturer. I mean, this is Hornby as well, but I mean, you know, the Pug is more expensive, and I don't think that the valve gear depiction on that is as nice as on this one. And that's the Pug for comparison. So that's a weathered Pug. It's fine. It does its job, and it looks the part. But if they bring out the saddle tank version, or when they bring out the saddle tank version of the Jouef, Electrotren or whatever, sorry there's some polystyrene on there, then it'll be interesting. The scale obviously is a little bit different, but for an industrial locomotive I don't think we'll worry too much about that at all. And this is the Electrotren packaging of the one that I bought from Hatton's, which is the same moulding as the Jouef. Jouef, I guess, if it's French. Made to look a little bit more, I don't know, professional. The Jouef packaging sold as part of the junior line. Not quite so, I don't know, not designed as much for older people. I think that says fine scale for the adult collector, a fine scale model for the adult collector. This one says junior line. It's all a marketing game, isn't it? HO 1:87 scale. Is there any indication in the part numbers? No, completely different part numbers. It's the same thing, just sold in two different forms, for two different markets, I suppose. So I guess this is going to be the closing shot. I don't understand these things. Jouef, junior line, suggesting it's more a toy, not particularly fine detail. Electrotren, fine scale models for the adult collectors, suggesting that it is a fine scale model. It is exactly, apart from slight livery changes, the same model, just the box is different. Somebody let me know if there is any other difference. Fortunately, the price is about the same. This one, as I say, discounted at shows available for £42. List price from the manufacturer is £49.99. This one available from Hatton's for £47. I don't know, can't remember what the list price is for this one now. So you're paying the same price. If I was paying a lot more for one than the other, then I would be concerned.